today there is a big argument about Neve Shalom taking some lands, And another thing is that they did try to cancel Neve Shalom. They did try to have all kind of plans of having like very big neighborhoods around us and all kind of ideas how to make us disappear. They really didn't want us to be. And the only reason Neve Shalom exists is because we are on the land of the Latrun monastery. That's the only reason.
Wow.
And yeah, so when you think about it, you understand that it's just luck. If you never had Bruno who saw what he was a converted Jew, that he was Jewish French priest that was in France, and then he was sent by the church to Israel to make a connection between the church to Judaism. But when he was here, he said, no, the situation is so much more complicated, and I want to make meetings of the three religions. So they said, okay, we have a hill here, you can do whatever you want on this hill. So he made those actually religious meetings between Jews, Muslims, and Christians, but they never managed to take these spiritual meetings in order to make them a community. But then in the 70s, the whole movement, it was like the same movement of ending the war in Vietnam, and it was this spirit of we should be activists, we should make peace, political peace, very secular, very political, and say all this religious, spiritual mumbo jumbo, leave it in the side. We need to be an activist, and that's the people who came. Now the person, Bruno Husari, was so modest, he said, okay, if that's what it is what it is, and he just changed the movement to go with them, and then the community has started, and all the people that were before, all of them left.
Oh, so the people before it was
10 years of
interfaith, religious people, and then kind of like a secular.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just want you to think that this movie has integrity because it does raise these unanswered questions about the intent of this community and what the future of it is, which I was asking myself as I'm watching this, like, well, what does this mean and what does that mean? And without like putting the overlay of October 7th. So I think it has an ongoing value without even notwithstanding what has happened.
Yeah, it stands on by itself. It's a whole piece.
I think we can make this conversation because it's already like 2 years after when I just made the film. 1 year later started the war, more or less, and then people really couldn't, like, they didn't know what to do with this film because it's not talking about October 7th. So yeah, and the truth is that I think that October 7th was hard on this community, but it stayed. Now we'll see what's in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys.